We know Baltimore among the cities that Trump says he is considering sending those National Guard troops to. And there you see Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott is here with us now. Mayor Scott, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So first, I'd love to get your reaction here to what we heard from Governor Pritzker in Chicago. Again, a bold statement, flat out telling the president not to come and readying his state to take legal action if he does.
Yeah, I think, listen, the governor has to stand up and do what he thinks is right for the people of Illinois. I think that what we have to, again, be reminded for everyone that's going through these things, that when you talk about whether it's here in Baltimore or in Chicago, we're talking about historic reductions in violent crime. As you and I are talking today, Baltimore has the fewest amount of homicides through this date on record. And every governor and every mayor has to make sure that we're acknowledging that historic progress while laying out the ways that the president could help us all continue to see this work go even further, because none of us are celebrating. We want crime to go down again even further. We want to do it the right way.
And as you mentioned those numbers here, the latest from Axios is that Baltimore's crime rates have dropped, but they're still among the 5th highest homicide rates. But again, the lowest that they've been there in 5 decades. And a lot of that is because some of the work that's been happening on the ground. I want to talk a little bit about how you and Governor Wes Moore are working together. We know the governor's called out President Trump, but he's also invited him to make an official visit to Baltimore. Is that something that you're also open to?
Well, listen, I laid it out very clearly. I appreciate my governor for standing up for Baltimore, for standing up for Maryland, and being a real partner to us in the work that happens on the ground each and every day. But for me, I also laid out, we know that the president loves the dog and pony shows. I'm not interested in that. Or if the president wants to come here, if he does not come with things that will really help us, like reinstituting the grants that they cut from violence prevention programs in the city, joining mayors across the country and saying that we're going to outright ban ghost guns and Glock switches. And he could also send additional help to our FBI, DEA, ATF partners here in Baltimore that work with my police department each and every day in the way that they already operate, not militarizing and sending the military in to just come and harass our neighbors. There are strategies that work on the ground, like my group violence reduction strategy, which is a partnership between myself, my state's attorney here, the police department that works under my command, and the Attorney General of Maryland. Where we focus on those who are the most likely to be the victim or perpetrator of gun violence. We give them a chance to save their life, and if not, then we remove them via law enforcement. We're talking about a police department under my command has seized 1,600 illegal guns already this year. We're going to continue to do the work alongside the historic investments that we made into community violence intervention work through our public health-based approach to reduce violence even further in Baltimore, because having a 50-year low or a on record low is not good enough for me. But we have to do this the right way with our people, not just criminalizing everybody.
Well, you highlighted a few things that I wanted to ask you about, because essentially you have a list of pretty specific wants from the president. You'd like to have a conversation, it sounds like, at the very least. And some of the things that you highlighted there, you want more funding for programs that target gun violence. You want a federal ban on ghost guns. Have you had any kind of communication with the White House about any of these ideas?
These are long-standing things for me. None of this is new, right? We've been talking about ghost guns in this country for far too long. I led here in Baltimore. We sued Polymer 80, the nation's largest ghost gun manufacturer, and ended their business in Maryland. And now we know that they're struggling as a business. The president can join us. Glock switches do not need to happen. No one should be able to just take a regular Glock pistol and turn it into an automatic weapon that is killing police officers, women, children in cities across this country. The president and his team made those cuts to those programs that are helping to save lives. Reinstituting them could change lives in my city and many other cities around the country. And the last thing, we work very strongly and very well with our local federal agents from FBI, DEA, ATF, focusing in on the things that they do for a living, going after those who are bringing in trafficking drugs, bringing in trafficking guns, committing violence, and removing them in partnership with my police department at my command, allowing them to have more agents to do that work right now instead of having them go out and just roam and patrol the streets, would allow them to have that focus that they already have that will help us continue to bring violence down to even lower levels than this historic low that we have, because I'm not even happy with the historic low.
We've talked a little bit about the funding resources that you would like to see, but do you think that generally your city needs more resources to combat crime in Baltimore? I know that you talked here a little bit about what you're looking for in terms of ATF, FBI, DEA. Is it more than money? Is it more boots on the ground or no?
It's boots on the ground the right way, right? If those people are here to help, they work within the existing strategy that has been proven to reduce violence to the lowest level that it's been on record, right? 50 years on record, longer than I've been alive, then yes, we want that to be doing it the right way. But it's also those investments. Make no mistake about it. We have a comprehensive violence prevention plan that we unveiled in Baltimore, and we've seen since it was fully implemented in September of 2022, violence in Baltimore just continuously fall off a cliff. Everything has to be done in partnership with my police department, with my community violence intervention workers, my violence interrupters who are out there trying to prevent conflicts each and every day. The way that we've had this success with our state's attorney, with our attorney general, with the community is that it's all of us together, and we want to continue on that. That means that we would love to see the federal government continue to fund these programs, community violence intervention work. As I said, we've seen our partners in that work get cuts from this administration. These are the kind of things that save lives. It has to all be done in a strategy. We can't just throw things at the wall.
Well, Mayor Scott, I hope that you'll keep us updated here as the days move forward. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.